questions that I hear a lot. Do I really need to hire a buyer's agent? Can't I do this myself? Hi, my name is Stacey Johnson-Cosby. I'm a real estate agent with Reece Nichols REALTORs here in the metropolitan Kansas City, Missouri and Kansas areas. So many times I hear from buyers that are anxious to get started, just excited to find their dream home, but they don't know exactly how to get started or where to start. That's where a buyer's agent comes in. This is what we do on a daily basis, and so we know exactly what needs to happen and what order it needs to happen in. Our job is to manage the real estate transaction and the timeline. Make sure what needs to be done is done when it needs to be done. A missed deadline can be a missed opportunity and lost money. We make sure all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. And we know what those are because we do this day in and day out. It's what we do. I want to share with you the 3 reasons why I think it's extremely critical that you hire a buyer's agent, whether you're buying your first home or your third home. The first reason is simply the fact that this is the largest financial transaction that you're going to make in your life, most likely. And don't you need an expert guiding you through the process, looking out for your best interest and making sure things go according to plan? I think about times where I have a legal issue, and if I need to make sure I get through that legal issue and still remain sane, I think about less stress. How can I reduce that? How can I make sure I get the intended outcome that I need? I'm going to hire an attorney. Sure, I could jump in and try to figure it out myself and maybe get most of the things right, but I don't need that kind of stress. Sometimes it's worth it to go to a professional. If you're sick, sometimes we self-diagnose, but then there are times when it's a pretty big deal. I'm going to go to a professional. The same with financial issues. I want someone that does this day in and day out, that is their profession. Plus, a lot of people don't realize that real estate agents have to be licensed. And so it's something that we take seriously, and we have to continue our education in order to renew our licenses. The second reason is because it doesn't cost you anything to be represented. I know a lot of people are surprised to hear that. You can actually get excellent representation without paying. I've had people say, well, Stacey, I want you to represent me, but I don't have the money. I can't pay your fees. Or all my money is going toward down payment and our closing cost. To that I answer, nothing to worry about. You ask how I'm paid. We're paid from the transaction at closing, from the proceeds of the sale. The mortgage company balance gets paid off, prorated taxes, title fees, and other fees. And then the real estate professionals are also paid from the transaction at closing, from the proceeds, the seller's proceeds. But you get the benefit of representation, and it's created, the relationship is created by a contract, a legally binding document that has a beginning and an ending date. There are certain things set out in that contract that I need to do to make sure that your interests are best represented. And then the third and final reason is really simple, because the seller is most likely being represented. Someone's looking out for their best interest, making sure that all of their I's are dotted and their T's are crossed, and that they get terms and conditions that are favorable to them. There are a lot of moving parts with a real estate transaction. Something could change one day that can change the whole outcome of the transaction. You need to make sure there's someone that's on top of it and knows what the implications of one change could be. It could change your destiny or the seller's. But you need someone watching out for you to make sure that your interests are being best represented. So those are the 3 reasons. And I hope that when it's time to realize your American dream, that you hire a buyer's agent to look out for you.